Hello everyone, today in this video we'll be doing the naming of alcohols. Now first, before we move on to the specific rules, we have to acknowledge the fact that the naming of alcohols has the same rules as before. We have to identify the longest carbon chain. Along with that, the functional group OH must get the lowest number and the suffix "ol" will come in the end of the name. Now let's look at the first example. This is straight away a 2-carbon alcohol with the basic name of ethanol. But what about this one? Now over here, if we number it from the right, we would get the functional group with the smallest number. Now there are 3 carbons in this chain, so it would be propan 1-ol. It is propan 1-ol because the first carbon has the OH group, and propan because there are 3 carbons in the alcohol, and "ol" because that is the suffix that we have to use. Now for this one, you can name it from either side. The second carbon would get the OH group. There are 3 carbons, so the name of this alcohol is propan 2-ol. And with that, we move on to the next slide. Now over here we have 4 more examples. If we number this from the right hand side, we would see that there are 4 carbons in the longest chain, and the first carbon has the OH group. So the name of this compound would be butan 1-ol. You can follow through this. Now for this, the most appropriate one would be to number from the left hand side, because then the OH group would get a number of 2. This would have the name of butan 2-ol, quite simply enough. Now what about the third example? In this, there are 3 carbons in the longest chain, and there is a methyl substituent and there is an OH group, right? So the name of this compound would be 2-methyl propan 2-ol. Now let's follow through this. 2-methyl because the second carbon has a methyl group. Propan because it is a 3-carbon alcohol in the longest chain, and 2 because the second carbon has the OH group. So 2-methyl propan 2-ol is the name of this compound. Now the next example is a bit complex, so let's look at it. Now this we could number from the left hand side and the right hand side. If we number it from the left hand side, we would get these numberings, and the numbers for the substituents that we would get would be 2, 3 and 4. Now if we number from the right hand side, the number for the substituents would again be 2, 3 and 4. Now over here we will take this into account, because the functional group OH must get the smallest number. So basically what we will do is, now we'll be counting from the right hand side. So the name of this compound would be 2-bromo, 3-bromo, 4-chloro, pentan 2-ol. Why 3-bromo? Because the third bromine, the third compound, carbon compound in the chain has a bromo substituent. The fourth carbon has a chlorine substituent, and there are 5 carbons in the longest chain, therefore we have a pentan. And the second carbon has the alcohol group, and there is an "ol" at the end because it's an alcohol. Why is the bromo there before the chloro? Simply because B comes before C. That is it for naming of alcohols. Thank you.